This is my response to question set 3. Can you think, question number 8, can you think of examples in your own education when the other has been produced? And yes, I think the biggest thing is kind of in high school. I think I took Asian studies, and it's pretty clear that there aren't classes called European studies. I mean, I guess maybe sometimes there are, but I always kind of feel like anytime you're kind of dealing with the Asian continent, it kind of gets labeled with that, you know, exotic, this type of label. So yeah, I think that I've taken Asian studies, I've taken Middle Eastern politics, and I think that we kind of separate Western culture and Western ideals from this other thing in the way that Said describes it. So yeah, I think that especially in the Midwest, we have a lot of these courses and educational themes where we're kind of studying the other. Question number 9. Going back to the idea of the other, this creates a social groupthink mentality, us versus them. According to psychologytoday.com, groupthink occurs when values harmony and coherence over accurate analysis and critical evaluation. Do you think the definition of the Orient falls under groupthink category? Why is this so dangerous? Let's see. I think that the definition of Orient, yeah, I think it does kind of fall under the category. Again, like I mentioned in the last question, Western, European, American ideals always kind of separate themselves from, the other thing, the Eastern, the Asian, and forgive the term, brown people out there that don't think and act like us. And I think that it's dangerous because when you start classifying people and boxing them into certain groups, I think that's where labeling and stereotyping comes into play, and I think that's where the danger is. I think that it's dangerous because you start. I think that classifying people and kind of labeling them in a way dehumanizes them. So I think it's dangerous because people don't think that the people that belong to this other group. I think there's this certain mindset where like I said, you dehumanize them, and oftentimes a lot of the people from different cultures want all the same things that people in Western cultures want. They want to have a family, they want to be able to kind of enjoy their lives and be prosperous in one way or another. And I think that most humans have the same goals and thoughts and ideals, but when you start saying that certain people are like this or certain people are like that, I think that's where the danger comes, and that's where when we start drawing differences, that's where you know when you start drawing lines, that's where conflict begins. Question number 10, can you think of instances where groupthink mentality has been a good thing? And yeah, I think that, well, I don't know. I guess based on the definition given in the last question, groupthink occurs when group values harmony and coherence over accurate analysis and critical evaluation. I think, groupthink mentality can be good when the goal is inherently good. I think but I always think critical analysis and critical evaluation, most of the time should rule human action. I think on occasion there may be examples where maybe the greater good is better served without that analysis and critical evaluation. But I think generally that while sometimes ignoring that can be beneficial, I think that thinking more long term, that accurate analysis and critical evaluation, puts people closer in touch with the truth, and when that happens, people can make better decisions, and whether it's policy or social action. I think that the truth is always better, in analysis and critical evaluation keeps us closer to that. But I think there probably are some exceptions where groupthink could be a good thing, and inspire people in a positive way.